Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Cresson.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we're back at Steinway's again. Janet?
I don't mind a bit. It's a lovely piano gallery. It's right here on Mineral Point Road, next to Panera. I know you've been there, and I know you've driven by, right?
Yeah, and I think it's really important for viewers to know that this is a locally owned store. It's not a franchise. So this is, I mean, he sells primarily Steinway brand or the Steinway products, but it's a locally owned store 110%. So we'll be talking with our local owner, Ben Garber, later on in the program.
Yeah, we're actually going to learn his story about how he got interested in pianos and ultimately buying a piano store.
It's a very interesting story. Has a lot of different experience that you might not expect for the owner of a piano store and a teacher and all those things. So
we're being very local today. We're also talking dance with the Monona Academy of Dance. Jo Jean Rettram is the owner. You've maybe met her before because she is the icon in the dance industry, not just in Wisconsin either.
But yeah, across the country, everybody knows Jo Jean. It's really incredible. And they just finished up their Portraits of Strength ensemble, I guess, and then they're going to be starting the Nutcracker pretty soon.
Tis the season for the Nutcracker, so performance, I think it starts the middle of December. So if you're interested, start thinking about tickets for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're talking cheese, because it doesn't get any more Wisconsin than talking about cheese. And the name of this business is Cheezers.
So clever.
I love it. I love it. So they're going to talk about the different, they have like well over 100, what do you say, 120, 130 different varieties of cheese, even more than that maybe. It's a lot of cheese, a lot of different varieties of cheese from different places. And so we're going to learn about that today, and also about some of the non-cheese items that they have as well that you can order either online or at the retail store down in Stoughton.
Yeah, also a local store. We're also going to learn a surprising fact about the owner of that store.
Yes, we will, and that's coming up right after the break here on Wisconsin Family, so stick around. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at Steinway & Sons over on the west side of Madison, and we're going to talk pianos later on in the show. But from pianos to something special from Wisconsin, we have Steve and Peggy Schuett from Cheezers. What a great name for a local Wisconsin business. How'd you come up with it? No. So give us a brief history of Cheezers and really how the business came to be.
Well, Cheezers has been around for about going on 23 years.
Wow.
I've owned it for 13.
Okay.
And it, well, kind of came just by accident, actually.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to own my own business for a long time, and it just kind of fell into my hands.
Okay.
And the kind of interesting thing about it is that I didn't eat cheese when I bought the cheese store.
Say it isn't so.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. So did you work for them before, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to own my own business.
Okay, and you saw that one was kind of up for sale, and wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It had been around for about 9 years,
Yeah.
before I bought it. So it was an established business, and it is an anchor store in Stoughton.
Yes.
It's right on Main Street,
Yep.
Highway 51.
Here, talk about the variety of cheese that you have.
Well, we have roughly between 130 and 140 varieties of cheese.
That's all?
Yes. About 25% of them are imports, including one from Iowa. And then the rest are all Wisconsin cheeses. And the cheddars range from mild all the way up to, right now we have 12-year. But we will be having 15-year cheddar coming in November.
Amazing.
So we'll have quite a variety of that. And then we have Havardis and Bricks and Munsters and all different kinds of cheeses. So you stop in and see exactly what our flavors are. We also give sample tastes. So if you're not sure what the cheese tastes like, you stop in and we'll gladly give you a sample taste, because we want you to take home what you like and not what you thought you liked.
Right, exactly. Try before you buy.
We also have the world champion right now.
Okay.
That's a Grand Cru Surchoix.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
It's a Gruyere.
Okay.
Gruyères are
I don't know
used
what
a
that
lot
is
in
either.
fondues, but you can eat them too.
Sure.
But it's a wonderful cheese, and it is world champion.
Wow. Is that made in Wisconsin?
Wow.
Wow.
Monroe, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fantastic.
That's great. So we talk a lot about cheese, and obviously I see that you guys have some other products as well. So let's talk a little bit about some of the maybe non-cheese things that you offer.
Sure. We have a whole store full of things, and more than just cheese. We carry Door County coffee. We have mustards and pretzels made in Wisconsin. We have chocolates made in Wisconsin, jams, jellies, all kinds of things. And you can make a nice box.
Sure.
And you can use other things other than cheese, too, for the boxes.
Yeah.
All right,
The
so
US.
I was looking at your website and the Norwegian in me saw lefse. Do you really have lefse?
We do. We
That's
get it
amazing. And
fresh every week.
And you can send it out anywhere. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
We send it all over the country.
Wow.
We also make a lefse roll-up at Setnamai time, which is the lefse with mascarpone cheese and lingonberries.
I haven't had that.
And it tastes like a piece of pie. It's so good.
I never knew about that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So people can order these online, or they can come in the store. So
We're happy to have a call. You
Okay.
can call the store and order, and we're happy to help you. Or
So
you
call.
can go,
Okay.
or go to cheesers.com.
go to cheesers.com. And what are your store hours?
They are 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, 9
Okay.
to 4:30 on Saturday.
And I
Okay.
have to ask one more question. Do you still have your cheese emergency phone number on the door?
We do. We're closed on Sundays, but you can call our phone number, and we're happy to come down to the store and help you.
Should you have a cheese emergency? What could that be, Peggy?
Mainly
a lot
it's
of-
travelers
yeah, a
out
lot of
coming in from
times.
out of town and they're leaving on Sunday, so
Right.
they'll want to take cheese back
Right.
with them. And
Right.
we're only 6 blocks away, so it's not hard to get to the
That's
store.
Sure.
So
That's nice that
Yeah.
you're able to do that for people.
Do
Yeah.
people use it very often?
We have had calls.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, we've got just a couple minutes left, but this is obviously this is a cheese tray with already ready to eat, ready to slice, and very beautiful, I might add, cheese. Is this something that you prepare in your store, or they can order? People can order this from you as well?
Yes, we can't send that, but
Right.
people can order,
Okay.
and we try to adorn them with the event, if it's like a baby
Sure.
shower, wedding shower, or just anything.
Sure.
Like for fall, we've put the leaf on there now.
Sure, yeah. That's
and
beautiful.
all of our cheese trays are labeled.
Yep.
The cheeses are labeled because we think people like to know what they're going to eat.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So people can buy like the blocks of cheese, or they can come in and have you custom cut
Exactly.
fresh off a block.
Right.
Either way, neat. And talking about your extra items, you have to show this. Colton, are you getting this? Little cheese cow, followed by the cow pie.
Little cow pie.
Very Wisconsin from Baraboo Candy Company. I
We
love
try very
this.
hard to have Wisconsin items as much
Yeah.
as possible.
What a great idea if you're sending a gift box from Wisconsin to your out-of-town friends.
And we also have gifts in the store that we bring in. So there's a wide array of product in the front of the store that people can, to go compliment the cheese, or it's something that they want to give just for a present or something like that. We have a lot of Packer and Badger memorabilia and all kinds of different products, cutting boards and stuff like that.
So for friends out of town, family, or your favorite Wisconsin family hosts,
Exactly.
works for me.
Exactly.
Well, Steve and Peggy, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for educating us a little bit about your business and how it got started and all the great products that you have, almost all locally based. Thank you so much for coming in
Well, thank
today.
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Don't go away. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're filming today at Steinway & Sons Piano Gallery. Thought we'd class up the show a little bit.
A little bit.
Little bit. It doesn't take much.
You were elbowing me like I'm classing up the show. I don't think that's the case here.
We're also classing up the show with our next guest here. We're talking dance with Joe-Jean Rettrum of Monona Academy of Dance and Dance Wisconsin. Thanks for coming in today.
I'm very happy to be here.
I bet you're feeling at home with all these pianos around you, aren't you?
I love it because we have a pianist that plays for a lot of our ballet classes, so
Sure.
it's really nice.
So you recently had a performance called Portraits of Strength. The last time we talked with you, we're wondering how it went.
It was awesome. I mean, the dancers were amazing. We started with Sleeping Beauty, so we could, show the classics. A lot of young people don't get to see classical ballets.
Right.
So that was really a lot of fun and education for my dancers too. And the show was spectacular. We did a water ballet. So at the end of the show, because you couldn't clean up all the water, we made like a box that had water in it, and the dancers were dancing, and they were splashing. There was water all over. It was awesome. But you could just see, you know, like rainbows of water,
Wow.
and they were dancing in it. It was really, really cool.
That's interesting. When you
Yeah.
said water ballet, of course, I'm thinking of a pool, and
Yeah.
this is something very different.
Yeah, they
So
were
it's neat.
splashing it.
So you had to end the show with that?
Yeah,
It'd be
because
hard to-
it took a while to clean it all up. Yeah.
Right, yeah, that'd be a little bit of time. So Portraits of Strength is over, and when does Nutcracker start?
Well,
When do you start
we've
working on
already
that?
rehearsed 3 weeks on Nutcracker,
Really?
so
Okay.
it overlaps. Last night we did auditions for
Mm-hmm.
like the company and different lead parts and things like that. So, yeah, it's already in the works. We're fundraising for it. We sell pizzas, wreaths, Yankee candles. We do
Yeah.
all different kinds of things to help raise money to put on the production. We're going to make some new costumes, making a new Mother Ginger. Mother Ginger costume is 40 years old.
Wow.
Due for an update?
Falling apart, yes. it really
Wow.
is.
Wow.
Might not survive this year.
Yeah.
One more year, that is. So when does Nutcracker performance actually go on?
It's December 16th and 17th at the New Shannon Hall at the Union Theater.
Okay,
So-
It's a
great.
beautiful facility.
Okay, so you rehearse for 2 months?
Oh,
Over
yeah.
2 months.
But we only rehearse on the weekends, so it's either Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon,
Right.
so it's once a week. So, you know, like 8, 9 times. It's not that much.
Not that many.
I see it
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you rely on, now this is kind of a curiosity question, do you rely on the fact that you have people returning from year to year who kind of know the show a little bit?
Yeah,
Good
some,
question.
but then you
Yeah.
have new kids who've never even seen the performance.
Right.
So then you have to carefully, you know, teach them so they don't
Right.
feel bad that they don't know all the choreography. But
Right.
yeah, young kids, I mean, they just sort of on a ladder going up, and
Right.
they know some of the parts because they've watched it for so long.
Right, yeah.
Let's extend on that. So the value of dance, I think when we talk with you, we often are thinking of the little ones, or even, I guess, the teenage kids that are dancing, and the value of dance. Can you speak to that?
Well, I mean, personally, I mean, I just think it has so much value because it teaches so much self-confidence and poise. And I mean, so many of my kids are so smart, and they have to learn, though, in order to, you know, keep their grades up, how to budget their time. And these are life skills that, you know, so many dancers learn. And I just think it has a lot more value even than sports, even though, you know, dance really is considered a sport, because you know, you have your warm up and you have all the athletic things, but it's also an art form. So,
Exactly.
you know, I think of it as a higher level sport that has a lot more value and something I feel you can do longer in life. You can't play football when you're 60,
Right.
but you can still dance.
You can dance.
Good point. And there's this interesting combination, I think, with dance that you're doing an individual performance and yet part of,
A big group.
yeah.
So you learn a lot of teamwork.
Teamwork, yep.
You know, with it. So and you build friendships, and you know, even like me, we belong to Regional Dance America, and there's companies from all over the country, and so children get to meet friends that they run into the rest of their lives.
That's cool.
Yeah, it really
That's
is.
cool. They have network
Yes.
friends across the country.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, you know, some of our viewers, and I'm sure you know that I have a background in music, and one of the things that I was always taught is that all music is either a song or a dance. So talk to us a little bit about how dance and music work together.
Yeah, you know, and in the schools now, they're not doing as much music. So when I'm teaching children dance, I've really found that they're not listening to the music.
Right.
They don't know how to count the music. They
Right.
just want to move, and they're not really,
Right.
you know, learning about music. So, I mean, I make the kids clap. I made them
Yeah.
really listen to the beat of the music. It's so important. And I think a lot of children are missing out on that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do my best in training them about, you know, the love of music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much fun. It makes you feel so
Right.
good.
You have to move with music to sometimes to really feel the expressive
Yeah.
qualities of it.
Yeah.
Can we go one step into adults and the adult classes you have? Because it doesn't stop when you're a teenager.
Right, right. Well, I think a lot of people think it does, and they just really think about their children, but they also have to think about themselves.
Right.
I mean, we're going to be starting some boot camp classes because we finished our 4th studio. So we're going to be doing that at 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, you can use any studio you want.
Right.
I won't be there at 6
Right.
o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So we got yoga and Pilates and
Sure.
the progressing ballet technique. So And we have lots of things to offer our adults. Their children can take class while they're doing a class.
We just have a few seconds left, but I want to make sure that we mention that ballroom classes are starting soon.
Yes, I'm starting ballroom classes on Friday nights from 6:30 to 7:30. And I mean, it's really a lot of fun, and you use it so much, even going to weddings or the Frosty Ball, and so you get prepared to have some fun.
Yep.
Get ready for your gala by stopping over at Monona Academy of Dance. Thanks, Joe Jean.
Thank you.
So they're just a hop, skip, or a sachet off the Beltline on Stoughton Road.
Good one.
We're at Steinway Piano Gallery, and we'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at Steinway & Sons over on the west side of Madison, and I'm really excited to be talking with owner Ben Garber. How are you, Ben?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having us again. And we always learn so much by coming here. And I want people that, right off the bat, I want people to know that this is a locally owned store. Yes, you use the Steinway brand, but you are here in Madison, Wisconsin, and so you are truly a local owner.
We are it. We're a very small business with a very few people taking care of pianos.
There you go. There you go. So we've talked a lot about the products and things that you have to offer here in the past, but I'm kind of curious to know your why, how you got started in pianos, what made you interested, and where you got your start.
Yeah, it's a good question, right? I mean, pianos are great instruments, but they've been around for a long time, and they may not have the cachet of some new technology, right? Yeah, I got started, I think like a lot of people, taking piano lessons as a child, 5 or 6 years old, with my mother, believe it or not.
Oh, wow, okay.
She was my first teacher, sort of a part-time teacher.
Sure.
And a hand-me-down spinet piano from my grandmother.
Wow.
So it was enough to get going, right?
There you go.
Between mom and grandma.
Yeah, right?
Come on,
Yeah. I think I liked it. I mean, everybody wants to start. I hear that a lot from students. But then the question becomes, do you stay in it, right?
Right.
So there were many times in my life I think I wanted to do something else.
Right.
And then I got pulled back, right?
Right.
In high school, I probably was about done with piano.
Yeah.
And then I became the choir accompanist. So then it was a
That's
identity.
a pretty big jump.
Right. And then in college, I was a chemistry major.
Okay.
And then I decided I'd double major because I couldn't give up piano completely.
Yeah.
And so somehow I spent more time in the music building here at UW than in the chemistry building. So
yeah. Anybody who is involved in music in college, that's just how it is, I think, is they spend more time there than...
it becomes a passion.
Yep.
So Ben, you also have, I think, some unique talents in that you not only are a performer, but you know about the technology behind pianos, and what made you decide to do both?
Yeah, it's unusual for people to be technicians, performers, and teachers, and it is kind of a blending of passions for me. The funny thing is, I grew up around engineers. I had a family of, everyone in my family was engineers. So I grew up learning how to take things apart and fix them, cars and bikes and houses and whatever, right? So when I was in graduate school, the idea of getting into the piano and repairing it and tuning it actually was pretty natural, pretty easy.
Sure.
And so there was a professor there that wanted to create a degree program, and I got kind of shuttled into that.
A degree program for piano?
For piano technology, yeah.
Wow.
That's very cool.
It turned out to be pretty complimentary, actually, to play and service pianos, but it was just unusual.
I would think that would enhance just everything, your overall experience. If something's not sounding right, you have that ear for it.
It does. It's such a full-time discipline. I think that for somebody to commit that much time to learning about how to repair and tune a piano, they have to take it away from something else, right?
Right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about the importance of music in general. Why do you think that it's so important for people to invite music and pianos into their lives and their homes?
Yeah, as a piano teacher, I've seen this so many times. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I would point to. One is this sort of left brain, right brain part, right? Studies are showing that we've done so much left brain work for the last century, but we're actually seeing a tip towards wanting to see the big picture and be more creative. and really music does that so well for students. And I've been teaching for 26 years now, and I've seen the results in these kids, right? How amazing they grow up to be.
Yeah, yeah, and it's, you know, playing music really is kind of, I've heard it said that playing music is really the perfect marriage between left and right brain.
Yeah, it really is. And the longer you do it, the more that becomes true.
Yep.
Turns out piano is very cognitive, so it starts out as fairly left brain intensive, but then as you do it longer, it becomes more creative.
Wow.
You're always looking at the big picture, the whole orchestra, as it were, the top and the bottom.
Right.
So that's what I like about that.
Yeah.
I wonder if a lot of things are actually like that because you spend so much brain power learning at first, and later it becomes more natural, and you can become creative in so many different things.
I think that's true, yeah.
So you mentioned teaching earlier, yes, and that's yet another thing that you do. And what motivated you to do that?
You know, I always enjoyed being around children, so I like that part, and I'm really much better one-on-one than I am in large groups. So I liked the idea of teaching. I really do prefer to share what I know. Once I've learned something myself, I kind of want to tell other people about it. So, you know, a one-on-one teaching situation seemed to be the right fit. I enjoy it.
And how many years have you taught now?
26, 27, something like that.
Wow. Wow, and I can see that in you, that you would be really good with kids. So do you prefer, how young do you start kids in lessons?
The youngest I've started is 3.
Okay.
3, 4 can begin if they're ready.
Sure.
Otherwise, you know, I would say probably 5 is more average.
Sure.
I don't know if this is a dumb question, but when you have a 3-year-old, are you using like a regular piano? Do they just have a little booster chair?
Yeah, we can sit up higher if necessary. Yeah, I believe in just kind of using what we have, you know. We adjust as we go, so.
Yeah, that's really neat. I like that.
So here's the $1 million question, Ben.
Literally, probably.
You know, mixing passions that you were talking about earlier, what made you decide to actually open this store?
Yeah, well, I was working, so right after graduate school, I had jobs at various Steinway dealers in the country, in Houston and here in Madison. And I was doing a lot of tuning and a lot of teaching, and then I got a position here where I was doing sales as well. And I found that to be a nice fit too, because I was helping people make decisions about what they would bring into their home, as we kind of say, helping people avoid piano mistakes.
Right.
Really in all price points, not just about sort of high-level pianos, but even people that just want an inexpensive piano but just don't want it to be a big paperweight.
Right, yes, yeah,
So.
absolutely. Well, that's a good reason, I think.
So you said that you worked in Steinway galleries in the past, and is that why you chose Steinway here for this?
That, and I had played on Steinways often as a child, and I was always inspired by the sound. It was just such a beautiful piano to me. And then as I learned more about the company, it's such a great piece of history for us. It's such a blending of art and engineering. It's been around for 164 years. I mean, how many companies have made the best product in the marketplace for that long?
Yeah.
It's a really astounding story.
What a good point, yeah.
So, but we got about a minute left, but I want to make sure that our viewers know how they can start piano lessons here at the Steinway store. What are the steps? Is it call, email, web?
Call or email. We always do like a free meeting to help people understand what the process is like, ask questions, and sort of point them in the right direction, let them meet maybe a couple of teachers if they want to try some things out.
Sure. And do you have ongoing enrollment, or are there certain enrollment periods?
No, yeah, anytime is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do the lessons happen here?
Yep, here in the store.
Okay.
And for parents who maybe don't have a piano or something for their kids to practice on at home, do you provide that for the?
Yep, well, we can do rentals.
Right.
So yeah, that's an easy way to get started if you want to rent something. And everybody thinks Steinway is expensive. We can rent pianos as little as $59 a month.
Wow.
And one thing I love about Steinway now is that we have prices in every price range, products in every price range.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Ben Garber, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
And it's always a pleasure coming here to shoot the show. And we have been Wisconsin Family. We're here at the Steinway store. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need